Hello guys, good evening. So, we'll start in a little bit. Prep lang namin ang ating speaker na si Sir Dom. So before we start, discuss lang namin yung do's and don'ts or house rules ng Zoom meeting natin. So, yan. So, do's and don'ts natin, TakeFive Virtuals, house rules. Number one, please keep your device on mute during the webinar. So, meron po sa baba na mute button. Paki-mute lang po yung mga account po natin. Second, please do not distract other people. So, meron po tayong chat feature sa baba. Pwede po natin yun gamitin to interact with other participants. Pwede rin po natin dyan i-post or i-chat yung mga questions natin sa ating speakers para later on, pwede po natin siyang tanungin sa Q&A. Okay? Number 3, engage, react, use the features, chat or reactions actively. So, as I've said, meron po tayong chat feature sa baba. Doon po sa mga naka-attend na before, you can use the chat feature. Pwede po kayong interact sa iba. Pwede rin po tayong mag-questions sa speakers. And pwede rin po tayo mag-questions dun sa mga ibang participants na kasama natin ngayon. Pwede rin po kayo mag-react. If you want to raise your hands later on sa Q&A, you can also do that. So come with an open mind and a sense of wonder. We are all here to learn. Share your insights as well. Treat this as opportunity to broaden your network. So later on, mamaya po, meron tayong breakout room kung saan lahat po tayo ay may chance para magkakilala po doon sa ibang participants. Feel free to ask questions during the webinar using the Zoom chat feature. As I've said, may chat feature po tayo. Our moderator, which is me, will advise you to unmute yourself when asking during the Q&A portion. Kung ayaw nyo naman pong mag-ask personally sa ating speakers, pwede nyo naman pong i-chat na lang at kami po ang babasa ng question nyo. Our moderator will advise you to unmute yourself when asking during Q&A portion. We would highly appreciate if you can answer a brief feedback form for the improvement of our upcoming seminars. So meron po kami feedback form na isi-send sa email nyo after every virtuals para po naman develop. So we can develop or improve our virtuals. Para sa mga susunod, mas maganda kung meron kayong activity, topic na gusto nyong matakel natin, kung isend dun sa feedback form. Okay? Next slide. So, before we start, we will break you into breakout sessions. So, para magkakilala muna tayo. So, dun sa breakout sessions po, meron lang kaming questions na kailangan sagutin ng bawat participants. Ang question po na kailangan natin sagutin, what are you? Team bundok ka ba o team dagat? So, doon po sa breakout room, meron pong kayong facilitator na magpa-facilitate ng breakout session po. At isa-isa po, tatanungin kayo kung team bundok ba tayo or team dagat. So, wait nyo lang po, magbe-break yung support po namin, i-break kayo into groups. Okay? So, guys, good evening again. I'm Jay. I'm the founder of TakeFive Outdoors. So, while we are in a pandemic, hindi tayo magkakita-kita, hindi tayo makaakyat ng bundok, hindi tayo makapunta ng beach, at lalong hindi natin mapuntahan yung dream destination natin, which is Batanes. So, bago natin planuhin kung paano tayo pumunta doon, siguro mas magandang alamin natin first hand dun sa taong galing doon, yung mga bagay na pwede nating expect pag pumunta doon. Okay? So before that, we will first talk about yung, sino ba kami? TakeFive. So TakeFive is a trip sharing app where travelers can join outdoor trips organized by outdoor experts. So kung naka-download kayo ng app namin, meron doong mga activity or event or trip before na pwede nyong salihan or samahan. But now, lahat po ng mga event or events namin doon sa app is virtual. So, panay ganito, para puro ganito po yung makikita nyo doon sa app namin. So we believe in connecting people. That's why we are doing this. Hindi natin pwedeng hayaan na yung pandemic is maging dahil sa pandemic maging stagnant tayo at mawala yung connection natin sa isa't isa. So that's why we are doing this, and thus we envision in building a community where people could go to escape the reality of their everyday lives. So we wanted you guys to have connections with each other. Kasi we always believe in breaking. Take 5 means take rest. So we wanted to break the routine. We wanted to have you guys break your everyday lives. Yung araw-araw tayong nasa trabaho, araw-araw tayong nasa bahay. So at least tuwing weekend, pwede tayong before COVID, pwede tayong gumala. Now, pwede tayong magkita-kita at kahit virtual lang. Then we invite speakers para mag-talk sa atin, para kahit nasa pandemya tayo, nagkakasama tayo. Okay? We are a platform to help, not just to travel. So we are here, TakeFive always connect or support local communities. Yung mga events po namin, trips po namin is nakakonekta sa local communities. Why we do that? Because mas alam namin na mas safe tayo kapag konektado tayo dun sa locals. Why? Kasi mas alam nila yung lugar at mas alam nila yung mga safety measures dun sa lugar nila. Okay? So, next slide please. So before that, isa ring reason kung bakit namin ginagawa itong virtuals, TakeFive virtuals, is also to help the local communities. Una, dahil marami kaming, before COVID, nung nagkaroon ng COVID, we help the local communities by bringing their products sa platform namin. You can buy their products, their vegetables, pasalubong, souvenirs. So some of you guys nakapag-order na dun sa platform namin. But na-realize namin hindi sapat yung effort namin. That's why we're asking you guys to help us in helping them. We are asking for some donations na pwede nating i-donate dun sa local community wherein direkta nating matutulungan yung local community through your donations. Every week nagbibigay kami ng updates kung magkano na yung ating na-collect, then kung magkano na rin yung ating na-distribute. Last week, we will able to collect a total of 1,800 pesos. Then ipupull namin yon. Then by the end of the month or by August, yung plan na ipadala doon, not by money but in kind, kasi yun yung mas kailangan nila, kasi kung pera, wala rin silang mabibili. Kasi may lockdown dun sa mga lugar din nila. And also, alam naman natin na isa sila dun sa mga tinamaan ng pandemya. Okay? So without further ado, I will introduce to you our speaker, which is, pinanganak po siya at lumaki sa Batanes. So he started the company last January 2008. Pioneer about tourism in Batanes. He pioneered tourism in Batanes. He is the president of BITOA, or the Batanes Island Tour Operators Association, from 2015 to 2019. Talaga nakalagay, classmate of J in Asian Institute of Management. So classmate ko po siya. Actually, siya yung valedictorian namin sa klase namin. Ako yung pag-gugago lang sa klase namin. But this guy, si Kuya Dom, siya yung talagang magaling. Pag nagtanong siya, sobrang, sa mga speakers namin at sa mga professors namin nun, sobrang galing talaga nitong taong to. So married in 2016 to Miss Renelyn Tan of Philippine KonMari Consultant. So without further ado, I will introduce to you Mr. Dominic Castillejos, the General Manager of Batanes Travel and Tours.
Hello. Good evening,
Hi, Sir Dom.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you very much for that introduction.
Yep.
Actually, I'm so honored and privileged na I joined you this time. I hope everybody had a very good dinner. And then thank you so much for spending time with us. So yun, thank you very much. And I'm excited to share with you yung Batanes. It's a place where I grew up with. And then for the next few minutes, I will be sharing with you what's really in Batanes. So let me open up my presentation para you would know. So tonight, I'll be discussing about Breathtaking Batanes. So I think many of you have been known Batanes, but I don't know if everybody knows or experienced Batanes in reality. Kasi si Jay, last year lang siya, at saka si Abby, visited Batanes. So, where's
Sobrang
Batanes?
unplanned.
Oo, unplanned daw yun eh. So, it's really exciting. So, the question there is, why Batanes? It's really because, just like the introduction ni Jay, I grew up there. I was born there. I grew up there. And then, since then, when I had college na sa Manila, so normally that's how people do sa Batanes. They just have their elementary and high school, and then pag college na, dito na sa Manila. So yun, so I'll be talking about Batanes, and then I will share with you what really is Batanes. So first, why Batanes? How are Batanes being shaped? It's really because the isolation. If you notice, if you look on map, yung Batanes nasa tuktok siya ng Pilipinas. So it has been shaped by the weather. That's why if you see us, see our culture, see our houses, that's why they are built like this. So if you notice, Batanes has been shaped by the weather, and then this make us so resilient. Kung baga yung mga, if you know about yung Typhoon Yolanda, ganon, ever since I grew up, when siguro I experienced mga 3 or 4 kind of types of Yolanda. So sabi ko before, these are common sa amin which we survive with our houses. So this is what we are so blessed talaga because Batanes teach us how to be resilient in any difficulty sa life. So we're so blessed that I grew up here, and then I've realized, I've experienced the difference between living in the city and in the province. So yun. So these are the houses, and then here, if you notice, we have this mga destinations. So why most Filipinos excited about Batanes? It's really because of I guess, the destination itself. Kasi if you go to Batanes, you will see like this kind of village that are still intact. I always tell or share to my guests na parang when you go to Batanes, parang time stops there. You know? Parang everything that you've seen before sa mga libro noon na inaaral lang, uy, noon ganito, ganyan, ganyan. When I was in elementary and high school sa Batanes, nandito pa naman tayo. Sinasabi ko kasi they're talking about mga bahay kubo, mga kugon, ganon. But in Batanes, we still have that. So this what really makes us unique, yung mga places namin, because the preservation of it has been so strong with the locals. Tapos, yung mga places sa Batanes, if you see it, parang ang daming mga places there that to us locals, hindi siya ganun ka familiar. It's really because we grew up there, and then we realize na hindi namin gaano ma-appreciate yung place when it's really normal to you. So these places, if you notice, but gustong-gusto pumunta ng mga turista before here, ganon. So it's really because itong mga lugar pala, wala sa mga lugar na nakikita sa ibang places. So just to share with you a short brief kung bakit ko ini-start din yung Batanes Travel and Tours. Because when I was in working na here in Manila, parang pinaka-favorite or interesting time is that when there's a company outing. So kapag nagka-company outing, the first place I visited is Puerto Galera. Tapos sabi ng mga friends ko, Dominic, oh, ang ganda, sabi nila. Anong maganda dyan? Sabi ko, hindi mo ba nakikita yung dagat? Ang ganda-ganda niya, sabi. Anong dagat? Yan o, may beach na. Ha? Yan, normal sa amin yan, sabi ko. So these are the things na sobrang na-appreciate nila, which is for me that time, parang basic lang, or it's so common. So sabi ko, okay, let's enjoy. Tapos at night, sabi na, uy, Dominic, mag-enjoy tayo dito, ganun. Let's have like party sa evening, may pagkain dyan, dito, ganun. Eh sa amin sa Batanes, when you go to the beach, kasi hindi siya very common, when you go to the beach, parang you own the beach at that evening at any time of the day. Ganyan siya ka-free and open to us all. So sabi ko, I'm so blessed na nandyan talaga, na what we are experiencing there freely is a dream for other people to share, ganun. So the following year, this was like mga 2004, 2005. The following year, 2005, next is sa sa Ilocos. So when they go to Ilocos, when we went to Ilocos, sabi, wow, Dominic, ang ganda, sabi. So what's maganda? Hindi mo ba nakikita yung simbahan na yan? Sobrang ganda, ganito, ganyan. Ha? Yan. Sa amin, ganun din, mas matanda pa sa mga simbahan doon. We have it in Batanes, ganun. So, all of these things in my mind, sabi ko, parang, it's really something about sharing what we have. And I think we're so lucky with our isolation na preserve talaga kami. So with that, that's the time that I started crafting about this visiting Batanes. Kasi that time, sabi ko, it's just like a matter of time when we have something here sa Batanes that we could really share with. So nung ginawa ko nun, I crafted destinations where to see. So if you notice on our right side, itong destination na to, this is called Raho Apayaman. So this is one of the most beloved destinations sa Batanes. So it's really something na when you go here, parang you would realize na you're really in top of the world, looking the horizon of yung earth. Kasi end to end, it's the only place I could see na sky, water, and the hills could be in one place. So yun. Tapos, yung Batanes effect and the peace and serenity. So it's really something when you go to Batanes, I could always tell. Actually, it's really the testimonials of our tourists that sabi nila, Batanes is really different. Kasi when you go to Batanes, you're gonna feel totally different. It's really uncomparable when you go to Palawan, to Boracay, or to any places. It's really because of its serenity. So when you go to Batanes, again, time stops there. With our destinations that are so easy access, ganon, and then having this kind of experience to enjoy with, parang it's really something that would give you a peace and serenity. So I always have this sharing with my mga tourists na sinasabi ko sa kanila, when you go there, it's really something that you would really be disconnected in a city life. So what do you mean, Dominic? Sabi, parang it's really something when you get to Batanes, you just have to commune with yourself. Kasi most of us, like majority of the tourists that we have, are really in a city life or like working so hard with their lives. And then when they get there, they would see the simplicity of our lives there. So would you imagine a place na lahat nilalakad? We walk to go to our schools, to our church, to our farms, ganon. So that's what we have there. So when they have this kind of experience, they have it na enjoy nila. So on your left side, you would see there the hedgerows, yung mga farms that we do have. Tapos on your right side, you would see the famous house. It's a Mount Carmel, kung saan kinakasal yung mga destination weddings sa Batanes. And then here, it's historical then. When you visit Batanes, it's really something historical. When we say historical, these are churches, sample of our churches that are really century-old church. So we have this kind of church there na really shape us. Alam mo, yung mga Batanes, they've been known for their honesty store, and then the people who are really commune with nature. So kaya nga nagiging namin siya parang it's really part of our culture. So again, we always share this. When we say our words, when we say yes, it means yes. When we say no, it means no, ganun. So walang paasa-asa. So sa Batanes, kaya sabi nila, when you go to Batanes, when you know somebody from Batanes, when they say yes, they really mean yes. Word of honor. These are the things that we have there sa Batanes. And then the lighthouses that we have there, it's really something that sometimes we go here to enjoy, to just have eat our lunch there or have some snacks. So something to relax. Kung sa Manila may mga malls, here we only have this na enjoy. Tapos here are the Ivatan culture. So if you notice dito sa ano na to, sa picture, I guess you are familiar with itong sinasabing nakawig na matanda. That's called vakul. So why is it vakul? Or why is it headgear na sinasabi? It's really designed for the Ivatans before na when they go to their farms, they need to have this. Hindi pa uso kasi noon yung mga kapote, hindi pa uso noon yung mga payong, ganun. And I even experienced before, when I was young, na yung boat to go to Batanes is only once a year. So, it's really something special for us when there's a boat coming sa Batanes. Parang it's a occasion na sa amin to bring goods. Magdala ng mga delata, mga sugar, and then even mga rice. So, that time, it's very exciting for us to have those. And then here, we only survive whatever is in Batanes. So, Batanes is really known for resiliency. So, what does it mean? Parang we have been so adapted with nature that for many years, even there's nothing or something from the mainland, we can survive with what nature gives. Tapos, ito, yung mga bata, mga dagat. So, dito ko na-appreciate my childhood that when I was there in Batanes before, nung bata ako, sobrang masaya ako kasi every afternoon, when summer, we have the chance to go out and swim. So we don't have a swimming pool, but we have vast ocean or vast beaches na we could enjoy kasi konti lang kami dun eh. And then another thing is that sa bahay namin, when in our house, not so big, but when I always tell or share na yung bahay, it's just like a living room yung bahay namin. But when you go out, it's really something na parang nasa ano ka na, parang living room mo yung labas. Kasi yung bahay, it's just like a room mo, and then paglabas mo, it's just an extension of your houses. Why do I have to say this? Kasi when you go to Batanes, people there are so friendly. We're the most few people in terms of population, ganun. So, majority of people there know each other. So, sobrang masaya kami kasi when we go out, we would know almost each other. Kahit hindi mo alam sa pangalan mo, hi, hello ka lang. They would know you na. So, yan ang ano. And then every tourist na pumupunta ng Batanes, we would know. So, alam mo yun, alam namin kung hindi kayo turista sa Batanes. Alam namin hindi kayo taga Batanes pag nasa Batanes kayo. Okay, and then here, I also want to share with you our Ivatan cuisine. It's called Vuno. I think Jane na-try niya to. So this is a really simple cuisine that we have sa Batanes. That, you know, if you notice the food, we don't have any plastics in there. We don't have any styro. This yellow rice, that's a yellow rice. And then it also have the lunyes. It's a local pork that we do have na nilagyan siya ng salt, and then many tourists really enjoy this kasi dun sa ano niya, very tasty siya yung pork namin sa Batanes. The main reason na tasty yung mga pork namin or beef, we don't use anything na mga inorganic or mga something na not so good for the body. Kasi mga pagkain namin dyan is mostly yung mga kamote or mga ube. We plant those to feed our pigs. So, one of the main reason kaya binabalot siya ng nitong dahon na to, these would be the plate, and also a way to, when you have something na tira, ganun, you can even wrap there and then bring it home. Still, hindi siya mapapanis. Ganun. That's the best thing about that. It's really environmental friendly. And then, yun. So these are the really basic and to share with you more about Batanes, I think I have some video that I prepared. Maybe you could take a peek for Batanes, but at least you may ask if you still really want to visit Batanes. So, Gia, can you play for me yung video that we could share, please?
Sure po, just a moment lang.
Okay, thank you very much. Yun. Thank you very much, Gia. So yun, so that's really a short video. I think medyo nalalag siya sa side ko kasi medyo mabagal. I can share later yung video niya in our Facebook. It's there, so you can watch it. So, ayun, so far yun lang may share ko for this time. And then any question, I'd like to take questions so far with this para at least I would know kung gusto pa nilang pumuntang Batanes.
Yeah. Yeah. Sobra yung puso ko. Sir Dom, thank you for the presentation at video. Na-miss ko yung Batanes.
Yeah.
Sobra. We have mga questions po, Kuya Dom, dito sa amin.
Okay.
Isa-isahin ko lang po, ha?
Ayun. I'm seeing question dito sa group chat from Lizelle Legaspi.
Isa-isa
Yes.
lang po natin. Apo, kay Miss Lezil muna tayo. Kay Miss Lezil Legaspi. Yan.
Hi po,
Miss Lezil,
good evening.
you can unmute po. You can ask. Good evening.
Good evening po. Yan po, yan yung tanong ko. Mga ilang araw ba or weeks na pwede siyang i-explore yung Batanes? Yung whole Batanes po talaga. Tapos, ano po yung pinaka-the best na time of the year na i-explore siya?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. It's a very good question. Actually, magandang tanong mo, Lizil. Kasi there are two things that I always consider dito when visiting Batanes. May normal na 4 days, 3 nights, that's the average. Meaning, you can visit most of the tourist places namin. Yung Batan Island and then the Sabtang Island. Kasi dun sa Batan Island, we have the Batan North and then the Batan South. And then isang araw din sa Sabtang Island. So technically, that's a 3 days tour. And then on the 4th day, babalik na kayo sa Manila kasi early morning yung mga flights namin. So technically, you have there a 3 days tour. If you want to consider yung itbayat, if you're really an adventure person talaga, we have what we call itbayat. So yung itbayat na ito, it's very rarely namin ino-offer sa mga tourists. There are major reasons na mga why not. Kasi number one, it's the location. Kasi you need to ride about 3.5 hours to get there. And then when we say boat, it's South China Sea or West Philippine Sea, yung dadaanan mo. So, sobrang ano siya.
Exciting nyo
So,
exciting nyo.
yeah. And then the best time to visit Batanes, it's December until March. That weather is okay siya. Not so hot. Malamig siya. Sometimes it's colder than Baguio. But if you want yung tama lang yung weather, like hindi siya mainit, hindi siya masyadong malamig, March would be also the best time to visit. You know? But when we talk kasi visiting Batanes, the climate changes is really happening. So meaning, it doesn't mean na yung December to March or April to June, yan lang yung pwede. Yung July, August, September, October, before, mga 1980s, 1990s, sobrang madalas yung mga typhoon sa amin. But right now, sobrang nag-shift na siya sa mga Bisaya. So, ayun, supposed to be, like dito sa Manila, tag-ulan na rin sa Batanes. But right now, sobrang parang summer feel weather pa rin. Walang bagyo, ganun. So, I would say na if you want to have a safe time to visit Batanes, December to June. But if you want to have like mga more promos, mga July to October, ganun. Yeah.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Lezelle.
Yeah, December to June.
So, if I may add also, experience ko din, pag pumunta kang Batanes, I think para sa lahat, pag pumunta tayong Batanes, yung leave natin, kung magpa-file man tayo ng leave, extend natin. Hindi kasi natin alam kung may flight tayo kaagad pabalik. Right, Kuya Dom?
Tama, Jay.
Ang panalangin namin nung August, nung pumunta kami noon, may stranded kami. Kasi ayaw talaga namin bumalik. Ayaw namin bumalik. So parang ang gusto namin, umuulan po noon, Kuya Dom, August, sabi namin, sana hindi magpalipad, para may stranded. Yung tip ko rin siguro extra money and tsaka extra time. Mas may enjoy natin yung Batanes. Yun. So next question tayo galing kay Sir Raymond. Sir Raymond, if you can unmute for yourself, you can ask your question po directly.
Hi, Sir Raymond.
Hi, Sir Raymond. Sir Raymond Pellegrino. Hi, Sir Raymond. Andiyan pa po ba siya? So, sige, balikan na lang po natin siya. Kay ano na lang po muna tayo, kay Miss Leia. Leia, are you there? Are you still there, Leia?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Leia, you
Yeah,
can ask your
ano ba yung question ko? Kung how much ba yung magiging cost or expenses going to Batanes?
Yeah. That's a very good question. Actually, if you're going to calculate how much the average, the normal for the 4 days, 3 nights, and then let's say dalawa lang kayo, is at least 21,000 or more. So why do I have to say this? Kasi the airline ticket itself would really cost you around 12 or even 18,000. Kumbaga, the average of airline ticket going to Batanes is around 12,000. But that package, yung 21,000 up, is really includes the airline ticket, your accommodation, and your meals. So, yan yung average, yung normal. So, sobrang mahal. That's the really common notion when they think about Batanes. Another way to go there na mas affordable siya is that we recommend sa mga tourists namin to book in advance. Kasi minsan yung mga ticket, you can get as low as 5,000 or 7,000 round trip airfare na. So with that, you can lower more of your cost na 18,000 ganon, 17,000 ganon, if it's 3 days, 2 nights or 4 days, 3 nights. So when somebody sells you na sasabihin na 10,000 lang going to Batanes, you have to be prepared kasi ticket pa lang, you can really search how much ticket going to Batanes. It's really expensive, ganun. So yun lang yan yung masabi ko. Average talaga 17,000 to 24,000 ganun would be safe to visit Batanes with everything, airline, accommodation, and your meals.
Leia, baka may follow-up question ka? Or are you good?
Leia?
Okay. Siguro wala na siya follow. So kay Sir Raymond naman, Kuya Dom, ang questions niya po ay 4 days. Ayan, na siya. Sir Raymond, if you can unmute po.
Hello.
Hi, Sir Raymond.
Hello.
Kumusta
Yes.
po?
Okay naman. Very interesting yung ating discussion today. And nakaka-excite lang kasi napakaganda daw talaga ng Batanes. And I heard a lot of feedback na yan talaga yung number 1 destinations pagdating sa wind at saka sa relaxation. So, my questions lang is kung sabi nga ni Sir kanina is 21,000. Correct me if the budget is per person, right?
That is correct, yes.
Oh.
Pero kapag mas madami, we can lower it down. There are different packages na mas mapapababa siya. So we have different kind of packages that we design sa mga guests namin. So you can have that. We even come up, Sir Raymond, din sa nagiging trend ng mga Filipinos na yung mga joiners, yung mga magkakasama sa isang van, ganon, and then they can have the tour. So with that, we can lower the cost. Yung the one I mentioned earlier, yung 21,000 to 24,000 for 4 days, 3 nights, that's a private. Ibig sabihin, you have your own van, you have your own tour guide, you have your own driver, ganon. So ibig sabihin, when you go places, parang may butler ka rin sarili. But when you want to lower it down, having these mga joiner tours, which we also make it comfortable sa mga tourists namin, ayun, mas mababa talaga siya. We can have that one.
Sir, sa mga private event, ilan yung maximum persons na pwede just to enjoy Batanes? Kung halimbawa family affair siya o family event, yan. May minimum or maximum numbers po ba kayo for
No, the rate that I just released earlier is more about dalawa lang yan. So if ever mas tatlo sila, 4, 5, ganun, mas cheaper siya. So it doesn't matter kung family kayo or ilan grupo kayo, ganun, because we have our vans there, and then we can always make sure na yung comfort nila. We have at least mga around 9 sa isang van or maximum of 10. para comfortable yung mga tourists namin. Kapag malalaki sila, we provide extra mga vans. Ganun.
Clarify ko lang, sir, yung amount from Manila to Batanes, right?
That is correct po, Sir Raymond.
Okay. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Oo. Pero again, I would also suggest kasi, we are in pandemic now. If you really plan in the future talaga, and then they have something to offer, yung mga airlines, na let's say, I always say this, if the rate is less than 10,000 or 8,000 lower na round trip, take advantage of it. Kasi sa totoo lang, yung ticket sa Batanes is 12,000 to 18,000, even up to 20,000 yung round trip. So, I always suggest na advance booking is very nice to get a good deal sa airline tickets. Kasi what makes it expensive sa Batanes is the airline ticket po. Ganun.
Okay, thank you po.
Yeah. Thanks, Sir Raymond.
Thanks, Sir Raymond. So next question po natin is manggagaling kay Nico. Nico Magalona. Hi, Nico. Good evening.
Hello.
Nico? Hi, Nico. I think yung internet connection niya is not stable. Can you hear him, Kuya Dom?
Hindi. Pero nakita yung question niya dito.
Oo, yung medyo siguro unstable yung kanyang internet connections. Ang kanyang question, Kuya Dom, is can you share at least one of your memorable experience in your Batanes adventure and why you choose this experience?
Hello po, sir. Yes.
Hi, Nico. Medyo
Hello po,
choppy.
Sir Dominic.
Yeah, Nico. Yeah, naririnig ka na namin. Nawala siya. Nawala siya. Siguro you can answer na lang po muna, Kuya Dom, yung question niya dito.
Opo. Ayun. Actually, when they ask me, can you share at least one? Siguro I could say dalawa, pero I will share the first. Yung one kasi, parang yung memorable experience ko is that when I launch or when I do the first tour, ako yung tour guide, ako yung sumama din sa client, ako sumama din sa guest. And then, the kind of fulfillment ng mga tourists namin after the 3 days tour, sobrang saya daw nila, sobrang memorable daw sila. They are family of 5. Sobrang saya kasi kasama yung parents nila, tapos yung contact person ko, ganun. Tapos, why do I say yung first na naging tourist ko? It's really because after the tour, sinabi niya sa akin, Dominic, sobrang memorable talaga sa family. And then, sabi niya, I'd like to thank yung what do you call this? Yung manager mo, sabi sa akin. Then, I replied back, Ma'am, ako po yung manager. Sabi, ako yung manager. Sobrang natuwa siya. Tapos, ang bata-bata mo pa, I was like around 26 years old that time. So, ang bata-bata mo pa. And then, with that, it's really fulfilling sa akin. For the main reason, when I was starting talaga, it's really a challenge for me to coordinate things kasi nobody was believing with the kind of yung packaging ng places kasi I address everything they need. For example, from the airline ticket, what do they get, yung accommodation nila, yung transport, yung food, ganun. I provide everything. Tapos I gave it to them that when I deliver it, it's a memorable experience. But more than that, na I gave memorable experience, natulungan ko yung driver, yung tour guide, yung, alam mo yun, yung mga caterer. So it's really something for me. I see it on my first tourist talaga. And my first tour, na sabi ko, this is really something na we can do sa Batanes. Kasi as you know, I don't know, some of you, when did you know about Batanes? Technically, recently lang talaga eh. And then, to give you an update, nung 2015, May 1, 2015, that's the first time na bumalik si Pal sa Batanes. So yun, another experience that I want to share is the shooting with Coco Martin, yung You're My Boss.
Yeah.
It's a
Kasama si Kuya Dom doon, yung nakamotor.
it's
Doon
a
si Kuya
film
Dom,
na,
guys.
na sinute sa Batanes, and then our team sa Batanes help them to facilitate everything for their 3 days na 3 days na shooting sa Batanes. So yun. So it's really something na interesting, memorable talaga. So when everybody's
Guys.
happy and giving the service talaga, that makes us happy also. That's really fulfilling.
Yep.
Ayun. Questions?
Yep. Panoorin niyo yung movie na yon. Si Kuya Dom yung nagpaalis kay Coco Martin ng motor. So another question, Kuya Dom, galing kay Kat Ferrer. Miss Kat, if you can hear me po, you can unmute po, then ask Kuya Dom directly.
Kat?
Hello? Wait, we're unmuting. Hello, Kat? So, yung question niya, Kuya Dom, ilang hours po travel time from Manila? When's the best time to go po, yung walang bagyo?
Yung travel talaga going to Batanes is only by plane. So there are two ways. I mean two yung location where you can fly from, which is Manila to Batanes, and then yung sa Clark to Batanes. So if you ask me about that time from Manila, if it's like Skyjet, 1 hour 10 minutes. Kapag yung PAL naman, 1 hour 35 minutes, around that time ganun. So those are the yung duration niya. Kapag galing naman sa Clark, you just have subtract around mga 15 minutes. So ganyan siya. And then yung nagfa-fly lang pala sa Clark is PAL. From Manila, it's Skyjet, Cebu Pacific, and before yung Air Swift nagfa-fly doon. Right now, because it's a pandemic now, we have flights na I think yung mga missionary flights lang nila every 15 days right now. But if it's like regular na, babalik sa regular, daily flights po. Daily flights yung going to Batanes. Best time,
Still on lockdown po ba? Best times, Kuya Dom?
Yung best time is December to February, yung cool weather. Tapos March to June, summer. And then any month, July to October or November, it's the promo. We call it promo period. When we say promo period, it's really unpredictable weather. I will never stop telling people kasi I cannot promise. But right now kasi sa Batanes, there are really many months or weeks na sa Batanes compared dun sa way back 1990s or even 2000 or first decade ng 2000 na yung weather nagbago na. So you can visit it. And then I always suggest them if they want to be on a budget and they want to go to Batanes on more budget, they can go to this period talaga. That when let's say the flight's canceled, the good thing is that you can always rebook it naman kapag if it's like weather cost. So yun. And then the good thing is that we have partners sa Batanes. We can always rebook. Let's say if it's a weather issue, yung hotel, give us consideration to rebook it on a other day. So it's nice to have those. Ayun.
Yan. Another question, Kuya Dom, follow-up question kanina ni Leia is, what's this? Since Kuya Dom mentioned that they offer the Itbayat, which is by sea, magkakaroon po ba ng difference sa expenses?
Opo, definitely there would be a rate adjustment. It's mainly because of the additional boat transport and then the accommodation din sa Itbayat and then yung mga transport din sa land to bring you to places. So there would be, if you're going to ask me how much, again, it really depends sometimes kung how many person yung pupunta doon. But minimum around 4,000, ganun, to have all those 2 days tour sa Itbayat. Kasi yung boat pa lang, it would cost around 1,000. Tapos yung accommodation mo pa, and then yung food, and then the transport there. So it would give you an additional cost talaga when you visit Itbayat.
Pero follow-up question lang, Kuya Dom. Open na po ba yung Itbayat? Di ba po yung tinamaan ng earthquake? Kasi nung nandun po kami last year, parang close po yung Itbayat, so we were not able to visit Itbayat.
Tama, yun nga po eh. Actually, this is the always this is the main reason that I'm not offering it irregular. Kumbaga case to case basis. Kasi normally or sometimes I will let our guests know we can arrange it ganun, but when you are in Batanes kasi talaga weather could really change. And then right now sa Batanes, before the pandemic kumbaga 2 weeks before yung nag-lockdown tayo, ECQ, yung mayor ng Itbayat declared na ayaw nilang magpapasok ng ng mga outsiders kasi delikado sila. And then we also know that last year meron earthquake that hit Itbayat. So nakita natin sa national news na nasira yung mga bahay nila doon. So if you're going to ask me, is it good to visit Batanes now, this time, after a year of earthquake or even after this pandemic? I would suggest not this time or not siguro early next year. The main reason that I want to people know, kasi right now, sa Itbayat, wala silang water. Alam mo yun, mahirap yung water. So if you are a tourist to go there, you would be added person to consume water.
Correct.
So even yung potable water nila ngayon, they are bringing there sa Itbayat kasi mahirap yung water sa Itbayat right now. So, but I'm not saying na do not visit Itbayat. I would suggest that in time, I hope when this 2021 or 2022, when everything is okay na, ayun, we can naman, as time goes by naman, may mga changes naman. So if it's safe to visit there, we would recommend them. Yun.
Okay.
Sabi nga ni Jay, you have to be always prepared na about sa bad weather. Kasi
Bad weather.
kaya special po yung Itbayat. There are times na I've been there siguro 7 times or 8 times na sobrang maaraw siya, but yung water sobrang rough. Alam mo yun? So, hindi ka rin makakatawid. And it's only by boat lang talaga to get there. And that's really a 3.5 hours boat ride. And then they're crossing the West Philippine Sea. Alam mo yun? Yung mga, sobrang malaki yung waves kapag nandun ka sa gitna when you go to Itbayat. So it's really, if you're a really total adventurer talaga, and then once in a lifetime mo lang mag-visit ng Batanes, and then sobrang pinag-ipunan mo, I would suggest visit Itbayat talaga.
Itbayat.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question, Kuya Dom, galing kay Ravi Joy Gokotano. Joy, if you can ask your question directly about dun sa food.
Hello po. Good evening
Hello,
po,
Joy.
Sir
Hi, Joy.
Ayan po, tanong ko lang po bilang, di ba, as a traveler po, kasama din sa bucket list is yung matikman po yung pinaka-best na food doon sa mga pinupuntahan po natin. Sa inyo po, bilang kayo po ay taga dyan po sa Batanes, ano po yung niyo po sa mga mare-recommend niyo pong best food po ninyo para at least pag nagpunta po kami dyan, isa po yung hahanapin namin.
Yes. Thanks, Joy, for that wonderful question. Actually, yan din ang isang when we visit places, we really consider to try the local food. Number one, I would suggest, which is madali lang talagang hanapin sa Batanes, is the luñis. Luñis is a local version of our adobo. Di ba may adobong Tagalog tayo ng pork? Sa amin sa Batanes, it's called luñis na native pork kasi yan. So we just put salt in it while niluluto siya sa sarili niyang mantika, ganon. So that's number one. And then if it's like seasonal, let's say December until mga February or March, you can have the lobsters. You know, sa atin minsan matatry lang natin to sa what you call this, sa mga restaurants kasi sobrang mahal. Sa Batanes naman, kapag season nila, it's very common. You can have that, you know. Tapos another thing that I would also always recommending to try when they visit Batanes is our flying fish. So it's very abundant kapag summer that you can try this. We have an inihaw na flying fish or fried, 1 day old na tinatawag. Yun, you can have it, Joy. So those are the things. And then we have also other restaurants there that are offering something unique na mga local food. meron silang tinatawag na escargot, yung snail. So it's really, if you're really authentic talaga, you can even try yung mga ibang food namin. Yan, Joy.
Joy, do you have follow-up question?
Hello, Joy.
Hello, Joy.
Wala. Hello po. Ano po tawag sa escargot?
Escargot.
Apo,
Escargot.
parang, parang dito sa amin din, meron din pong ganon. Ang ibig sabihin po niya is isda, karne, gulay. Ganon din po ba sa Batanes?
Hindi, actually, escargot is a French name nung cuisine na snail siya.
Akala ko ganun. Okay ba? Okay na po. Thank you po.
But I would suggest talaga, when you go to Batanes, try everything, even just the basic. Kasi the good thing about our sources there are local. So even, I would suggest try mo yung beef doon, yung pork, and the fish. Kasi when you try those, yung let's say, yung beef na lang, you would feel the difference niya sa Manila kasi iba naman paano pinapalaki yung mga baka namin doon. They are fed sa grass talaga, purely grass. And our pork naman, they are fed with our mga local root crops. So can you imagine sa Batanes, we plant corn, kamote, ube, just to feed our pig. Ganun sa Batanes.
Okay. Meron pa din po ba yun yung honesty store? Yung honest store po ba yun?
Yes,
Ganun sa
yes,
Batanes.
store din po.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a place na something unique. It's really you against yourself. I mean, you get anything you want and then you pay by yourself, parang ganun. So, meron kasi nakaano din parati kong tinuturo yun. Sabi dun sa wala man lang silang CCTV, may nakasulat doon, God is my witness. Tapos dun sa labas ng tindahan, nandyan yung malaking simbahan. So,
Tatapat. Nasa tapat ng tindahan.
Very good experience. So far, yung owner naman, never sila nagkaroon ng problema din sa store nila.
Sige po, thank you po.
Thank you, Miss Joy.
Thank you, Joy. Next question po natin galing kay Miss Faith Jill Alberto. Hi, Faith. Good evening.
Hello po.
Hi, Faith. Good evening.
Ayun, nakita ko lang po yung palabas na napanood ko po kasi yun yung kay Coco Martin.
You're my boss yata, no? You're my boss ang
You're
title.
My boss, yeah.
You're my boss. Naalala ko na.
Ayun po, parang naka-rent siya ng motor. Totoo po ba yun? Nakaka-rent ng motor?
Yung motor na ni-rent doon that time is motor ng isa kong tour guide doon. Isa naming tour guide sa Batanes. And then the good thing now, meron na rin nare-rent na motor. So that's the good thing. You have lots of choices na when you visit Batanes. We have tricycles, we have yung mga joiner tours, we have the private, yun. So it's very convenient na ngayon when you visit there. Pero what I would suggest when you do this kind of things, kasi hindi pa siya regulated, you have to know everything. Meaning, yung map kung saan kayo pupunta, yung safety, ganon. Kasi hindi pa siya regulated. So with that, I normally not recommend it kapag sobrang bago kayo doon. Okay, sana kung may kasama kayong local tour guide siguro to bring you around. Pero kung kayo lang, I would not recommend it. Pero if I'm adventure na yung tricycle, we also have mga tricycles doon, na you can have it, you can enjoy it. And then, yun, kasi not every place you can ride this motorcycle kasi when they say, punta ko ng Sabtang or sa South Tour to have this motor, ganun, sobrang mainit sometimes, and then kapag maulan, madulas yung mga daan. So these are the yung mga considerations talaga. But there are motors that you can rent sa Batanes and State.
Ano po yung rate nun pag ako na nag-rent?
Oh, I think for 1 day na rental, I think 800 pesos yata. I'm not sure, but last time, to my knowledge, 800 pesos for motorcycle rental.
May curfew po ba dyan?
Wala kaming curfew. Pero, may pero yan. Wala naman kaming nightlife doon. So, wala
Yep.
kang mapunta. If you want, pumupunta sila sa lighthouse at night, di ba? Nag-stargazing sila doon. Kasi very accessible. It's so easy to go around kapag nasa Batanes ka.
Okay, thank you po.
Thank you, Miss Faith.
Kuya Dom, dun sa lighthouse, kapag gabi pumunta, pwede mo siyang puntahan, hindi siya nagko-close kahit gabi?
Yun nga eh. Yan yung right now kasi wala pa kasi kaming so much regulation. Everything is open pa.
Mm-mm.
So, if time hasn't changed pa, maiwan siyang open. So, there are tourists that we had before na, gusto ko ito, punta kami ng lighthouse. May energy pa kami, hindi pa kami pagod after dinner, ganun. So, we bring them there and then they enjoy it. Kasi sobrang madilim dun sa area. Of course, we will guide you. Where you would see the sky, lots of stars. Kumbaga, sobrang madaming stars when you go there. And then, yan, nagpipicture sila. So, it's a good experience din.
Another question po, Kuya Dom, galing kay Miss Elines Guna.
Yes.
Hi, Miss Ellie. If you can hear me, you can unmute po. I ask the question po directly.
Ayan.
Hi, Ellie.
Ayan. Okay na po. Okay.
Ayan
Hi,
po.
sir. Good evening po. Opo.
Good evening.
Dom, Sir Dom, nabanggit niyo po kasi doon sa package na kung kukuha kami ng package, ano po ba yung specific, may specific place lang po ba na nakaset for the package lang or around Batanes na pwede na namin siyang mapuntahan?
Yeah. Mostly, when we offer kasi packages, sabi ko nga, we do have a private at saka yung mga joiners. So, yeah, mostly kasi yung mga destination, when you get the package, mapupuntahan niyo lahat. Technically, wala talaga kayo mag-miss. So, what's the difference? Ganon. When you get the private kasi, the good thing is that you can start anytime you want kasi we manage yung mga vehicles. You can stop anywhere you want. You can stay longer you want, ganun kung gusto mo. So, we can manage it. Kapag joiner tours naman, may specific na time in its location. So, that's the difference. Pero lahat ng mga destinations, same rin, mapupuntahan din talaga.
Okay po. Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
Yan ang kagandahan. And then we provide tour itineraries, everything before you go there. Para
okay. Thank you. Thank you po.
Thank you, Ma'am Alines.
Thank you, Ellie. So, another question po, Kuya Dom, about dun sa headdress. Ano po nga po ulit tawag?
Bakul. We call it
Bakul. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bakul. So, may question po dito, nahiya po siya magtanong.
Okay.
Kung daw po ba uuwi or makakabili nung bakul?
We have there sa Batanes. Especially they do that in Sabtam Island. So you can bring that home. Actually, it's really a symbol. I always make it a symbol having that kind of yung headgear or yung bakul. Kasi it's really designed talaga for resiliency ng mga Ivatan. So could you imagine when you wear that, sobrang comfortable siya sa ulo mo at saka sa likod mo. So kapag mainit siya, malamig, you feel cool naman. Kapag tag-ulan naman, kahit mabasa yan, waterproof siya. Nag-i-slide lang yung tubig sa bakul na yan.
Sir, nung nagpunta po ako doon, ang alam ko lang po, correct me if I'm wrong, babae lang po dapat yung nagsusuot sa kanya?
The reason na babae lang yung nagsusuot nun, kasi many of our farmers are women na pumupunta dun sa mga tanim nila. So even, let's say, itong rainy season, yung soft rain, kapag maulan, while they are tending to their farm, yan ang suot nila. And then the men, pumupunta sila kumuha ng panggatong nila or ina-attend nila yung mga animals nila, ganon. So that's how thing goes there. So majority ng gumagamit niyan are women because of their needs din sa farm nila.
Kasi meron po nung pumunta ako last time, tinry ko siyang suotin, parang sabi sa akin nung parang nandun po yung bantay, babae lang po ata ang pwedeng magsuot. So, so that's, we need to respect also the culture.
Yeah, there's a match there. I mean, yung sa babae, yung vacuols, yung sa lalaki naman, kanayi, sa lalaki kanayi, it's like
yung
a
vest,
jacket.
yung parang vest, yeah, like the vest.
Parang vest, yeah. Made of that.
So, guys, do you have any more questions? If not, meron pa po ako isa, galing sa akin. Actually, di ba, Kuya Dom, dun sa Sabtang, I have a professor in college noon, si Professor Hernedo, na I think taga Batanes siya, si Professor Hernedo. He always, tinasabi niya sa amin lagi na Batanes is not just about the nature. It's more of about the culture. Tungkol siya sa kultura. When you go to Batanes, it's more about of the culture. So my question is, paano na-preserve ng Batanes mismo, ng mga tao na taga roon, na maging distinct yung kultura nila until now, na kahit sobrang daming turista, they still can preserve yung kultura nila?
Yeah, I think everything starts from home. So dun kasi sa bahay, our parents really tell us not to forget our roots. So from there, when you were born there, grew up there talaga, nandyan talaga yung culture that we've been so practicing. So what are those? It's really simply mga basic lang talaga. So pagiging magalang. So yung pagiging magalang na lang sa Batanes, sobrang talaga yan, practice. Pagiging masipag, ganun. So it's really something very basic din sa amin na ginagawa namin doon. So why do we say this? Why do we keep on preserving it? It's really because, again, of our isolation. So when we talk about our isolation kasi, sinabi na sa amin before na anytime when we will be cut out from the mainland, when we say mainland, itong Luzon, yung Manila, or anywhere sa mainland, kami-kami na lang na naman. So what do I mean when we say kami-kami na lang doon? It's really because we don't have something to depend on. So ano ibig sabihin? Kung walang boat, walang planes, magdadala ng goods, magdadala ng medicines, gano'n. So we have to learn to survive. And it's only with these qualities, our culture, yung bayanihan namin, yung pagiging respectful namin sa isa't isa, that's the only way that could really survive us. So right now, if you know we are in pandemic, nag-start pa ng lockdown, and then we know the tourists coming to Batanes will be stopped. Yung mga tour guides namin, yung iba, they immediately start their farm. Kasi mawawalan kami ng gulay. Yung iba naman, they immediately go back to fishing. So alam mo yun, so right now, even it's really difficult for us, right now they adapted again na sa meron kami doon. It's really because when we were young, tinuruan kami na it's either sa farming or sa fishing to survive. Ganun. So that's
very
what it is
self-sufficient
about.
talaga yung
Our
Batanes.
education talaga, yung that's really preserving, that's really what preserves our culture sa Batanes. Kaya ngayon, I always thinking about what's really there. Kasi right now, nandito ako sa Mandaluyong, thinking about yung sa Batanes kasi, we're so blessed right now kasi even may pandemic, we're lucky because we still have yung communication. We have internet na kasi doon. So yung mode of communication doon, mas madali. And then yung mga tanim nila or yung mga nahuli nilang isda, they can sell online. So they are also modern din doon right now. Yun.
So another question, Kuya Dom, para lang doon kasi may connection doon sa topic namin last week, which is about drone. I heard medyo mahal kapag magpapalipad ka ng drone sa Batanes. Is it true? na hindi ka basta-basta makakapagpalipad ng drone in Batanes?
Yun nga eh, it's really, they created, what you call this, yung DNR, they have, and then our NCIP, kasi we are indigenous, di ba? So, they have this, I think, 7,000 just to fly, a drone.
A drone.
Kaya maraming nagagalit. Mainly because it's a policy that our locals implement. And I think it's really because yung iba-iba yung mga reasons nila. It's about privacy. And then yung, again, is that yung airport kasi namin maliit lang doon, di ba? So during flights, hindi siya allowed, ganon. But more than that kasi, again, sila, in-implement, that's what I'm really having difficult comprehending it. Kasi, so for me, sobrang mahal to fly a drone. Okay lang sana kung minimal fee, 500 pesos siguro or 1,000. That's yan yung mga reasons kasi nila, privacy daw, and then iba-iba yung sa safety. Yun.
Siguro mas okay na i-experience na lang muna yung Batanes, no? Kaya Dom, kesa siguro kung hindi tayo makapagpalipad ng drone, at least we have more time na experience kung ano meron ang Batanes.
Oh. Actually, it's really something, I guess what's the main reason is that it's really something to protect the island talaga. Kasi sa amin sa Batanes, when you go there, I always share na it's all about you. Kumbaga, what we're doing now is about connecting to other people, ganon. But when you go to Batanes, I always tell this, that there's one important thing that you have to experience when you go to Batanes. And it's really something when you experience yourself, how blessed you are, how lucky you are, and how many things that you can do or to experience pa. So yun, it's really connecting more into your inner you. Yan ay nakikita ko when you go to Batanes. Could you imagine yung mga matatanda dyan, mga senior, when they go to Batanes, parang they feel energetic. Sabi nila, yung mga, di ba, umakyat ka, Jay, din sa mga bundok. Kaya ko taga-eat yung mga kamote namin. So, sabi nila, bakit ngayon ko lang ito nalaman? Why haven't I been here before pa, ganon? It's really because I believe when we share this kind of experience kasi, I always tell my mga guests talaga, when you go to Batanes, forget everything and just be yourself. And then dun nila nare-realize that time they've been wasting a lot and not having time for themselves. And then appreciating nature, appreciating culture, appreciating people, ganon. And then they see it differently sa Batanes. And then that's what makes it so amazing when you visit Batanes. Kasi yun nga when we go to places, you're gonna have different kinds of experience, di ba? So let's say sa Palawan, hindi go to Palawan and Boracay, you can experience yung dagat. But when you go to Batanes, you can experience totally a different culture. Kaya yun yung good thing that you could really experience yan sa Batanes. And even
okay, Kuya Dom.
Yeah.
Thank you. Siguro you can plug pala yung Batanes Travel and Tour so that yung mga participant natin, if they have more questions, where they can call you, where they can search about you. I think you have another slide, Kuya Dom, for your company. So you can share it para mapakita natin dun sa mga...
Okay, thanks, Jay.
Yep.
This is a very short naman, but I also want to share this. It's really because... moment. Ayan. So here, this is our company profile. So our company started way back 2008. So yun. So yan nga, it's really the main reason I'm so happy about. Kasi before, walang nagbebenta ng Batanes way back 2008. So if you've learned, siguro noon, meron pang Sea Air na tinatawag or Asian Spirit. So yun yung mga planes na nagpa-fly doon. So yun, 2008, I was one of the pioneer who started at Batanes. And this is our mission, to offer an extraordinary travel experience at unrivaled value. Our guiding principles to provide the best service. So it's really, when you go to Batanes, it's all about experience, unforgettable experience that you can really enjoy. Yun yung mission namin. So yun, it's really a paradise of the north. We consider it paradise of the north. And then if you know, just to let you know, Batanes kasi is the smallest island or province in the entire Philippines, and we have the smallest population. So we are only like around 17 or 18,000 in Batanes. Parang mas maliit pa kami sa pinakamaliit na barangay sa Metro Manila. Yun. Tapos here's Batanes. If you notice, ito yung Batanes. So that's the place. Nandito yung Manila, that's Batanes. So just to let you know, mas malapit kami. Yung Taiwan kasi nandito na. We're closer to Taiwan than the mainland Luzon. Yun. So we're composed of 10 islands. Only 3 are inhabited. Itbayat, the Batan Island, and the Sabtang. So yung tanong kanina, how long you gonna visit Batanes? Ideal is 4 days, 3 nights. Batan Island, which consists of north and south, and then the Sabtang. Yeah, I think Itbayat, so it would take you 3.5 hours to get there. Tapos ito, yung typical na mga destination to visit with is the North Batan Island, our Naidi Hills Lighthouse, the Mount Carmel Chapel, and the Bayong Rolling Hills. That's normally for the first day. And then second day could be the south, yung Alapad, yung View Deck. Ito yung Racoa Payaman. This is really a breathtaking. Ito yung masasabi mo na highlight ng Batanes when you go here. It's really one of my best places. Tapos yung House of Dakay. To see, ito, tinitirahan pa to. 3 generations na yung tumitira dyan. Dun sa bahay ng Stone House. And then the Sabtang Island. Here are your Sabtang Island na makikita mo. So again, we're famous about our landscapes at saka seascapes. And then the culture. Yun na makikita mo dyan. So that's the average na destinations or pupuntahan. The Batan North, South, and the Sabtang Island. Tapos yun. So our service, we offer yung mga packages. We package everything from your accommodation, tours, meals. We also provide airline tickets, wedding, prenups, company outing, pilgrimage. Anything that needs for Batanes, you can provide it. Ganun. Special arrangement, ganun. So yun, so I would like to share yung one of the famous testimonial that said, if people want good beaches, that is not Batanes, that is Boracay. If they want good forests, that is Palawan or Davao. What we have here is what we all Filipinos had before things were changed by progress. We are very serious about cultural preservation, and we hope people will appreciate our efforts. The beauty of Batanes will speak for itself. So yun. So actually, Batanes kasi talaga, even without us, kayo lang nandyan, everywhere you go talaga, parang you will be appreciating it. So it's just like going back in time. So yun, so we have office Batanes, and then here sa Manila. So mostly sa Batanes is our operations, kasi sometimes yung internet dyan, nahina. So in order for us to readily accommodate yung mga guests namin, for the booking sa Manila. Sa Batanes naman kasi sa operations. So we have team there to facilitate anything kailangan ng mga tourists namin the moment na nandyan sila. So yun. And then, yun. So those are the places. If you want to know about the rates, ganon, we can send it. I think maybe I can send it kay Jay para padala mo sa kanila. Jay, favor lang if ever. But at least when you have it, you can choose from the available packages. So yun. We can naman when you do kasi when you plan to go to Batanes, we normally ask ilan kayo, and then what's how many days you want to visit. Kasi we have different kinds of package that we can fit in sa mga needs ng clients namin. Ganun. So, very important lang talaga is that when you are well informed, yan yung maganda so that you could choose. The only challenge lang talaga to go to Batanes is the airline ticket. Kasi most of the airline tickets are expensive. But sabi nga natin, mahal pero sulit. Parang ganun. So, these are the things. And then we can even arrange yung when you go to Batanes, kapag sino mahilig sa dagat dito or mahilig sa bundok, ganun, we can even add it sa mga tours so that you would enjoy. Kumbaga, make an extra effort, make an extra experience to have Batanes. So yun.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't worry guys, we will create a joiners tour sa Batanes with Kuya Dom. Siyempre after pandemic. Actually, we have scheduled Kuya Dom on June. Kaso March pa lang, so hindi natuloy. With you sana, with Batanes Travel and Tours. Kaso nagkaroon ng pandemic, so we decided gawin na lang muna virtual.
Yeah.
Then after pandemic,
The
then
good
we
thing
will.
talaga is everything is emerging. That's nice, Sir Jake, pagpunta ka ng Batanes, let us know. Or anybody here, let us know para at least we can give you or provide you a special rate. Alam mo naman si EJ. So just let us know na nagkita-kita tayo dito para
ang plan nga ng Kuya Dom, ang plan nga namin nun, kasi sobrang dami na namin before, mga siguro Feb pa lang. Ang plan nun mag-charter na raw kami ng plane. Mag-charter para raw solo yung eroplano.
Yeah,
so
that's
parang
nice.
mag-charter. So maybe after pandemic, we will release again the schedule after pandemic. Siguro ngayon medyo malabo kasi we cannot risk also the community.
Oo nga eh. There are people, Jay, na gusto mag-book right now. So what I'm letting them know is that inform them kasi right now, even yung mga aircraft natin is still uncertain pa rin kung kailan mag-travel ulit. So of course, we are also an island. So I always like to protect talaga our island kasi as you know, kahit mapilit yung mga turista to get there. I mean, knock on wood, we are so happy, we're so lucky kasi we don't have any cases ng COVID sa Batanes. So, would you imagine if there would be a case tapos wala kaming takbuhan kasi isolated kami It's an island and kawawa kami, wala kaming ready facilities there. So, yun lang, parang thank you very much, Jay, kasi you're keeping us connected. And then yun, babangon din naman tayo.
Yep, makakabangon din tayo, Kuya Dom. At magkikita-kita ulit tayong lahat. not in visual. So, Kuya Dom, maraming salamat po again. Thank you very much for having you as our speaker. Then, if you have questions, guys, again, about rates or prices or yung itinerary, you can message TakeFive or you can message also Batanes Travel and Tours. We will give you yung rates na binibigay ni Kuya Dom also. Okay? So, before we end yung sobrang sarap sa puso na topic natin with Kuya Dom, again, I will remind everyone, if you want to help us in helping our local community, you can send your donations po in our GCash account, then we will send help in our local community sa way na kaya natin padala yung tulong natin. Any amount po will do, kahit 5 pesos, 1 peso, yung may maliit na halaga, hindi po importante. Pag pinagsama-sama po natin yan, malaking tulong po yan magagawa sa mga partner community po natin in Rizal, in Bontoc, in Maligkong, in Kalinga, and in Benguet also. So yun po. Kuya Dom, thank you again sa ating speaker na si Kuya Dom. So before po tayo umalis at mag-leave ng ating Zoom meeting, Kuya Dom, maggagawa muna tayo ng virtual group photo. So doon po sa lahat, paki-open na lang po yung camera natin so we can take our photo. Jack, can you mute? Can you mute yourself? Okay.
Sir Jay, pakilala ko lang yung wife ko, si Renaline. Yan ang wife ko. So,
yes po. Hi, Miss Ren.
Siya naman, Philippine consultant sa KonMari. So, if you want home tidying, kung baga gusto yung maayos yung bahay, that's what is her profession. So, you can follow her.
Siguro we can invite her din po. We'll think a topic. Then we invite him. So can you open your video so we can take our virtual group photo. So just tell us, Jack. Okay.
Okay, hi guys! So, pa-open na lang ng mga cameras nyo. So, bale, we'll take shots. Wait lang ha. Okay? Ready na ba lahat?
Ready na lahat?
Okay. Okay. Okay, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, saka isa pa. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, saka last one.
Ang dami.
Sorry, last one. Ano to, upload. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you, Gina. Yeah.
Thanks, Kuya Dom. Again, thank you again sa lahat
Oh.
po ng sumama. Medyo marami tayong gabi at marami rin pong question, interesting question. So, thank you
Thank
again,
you very
guys.
much, Jay.
Thank you. Thank you,
If
Kuya
you have
Dom.
questions, just let me know. Thank you very much,
Okay
Jay.
po.
Thank you, TakeFive.
Thank you, thank you.
Everybody, good night. Thank you.
Good night.